Hello everybody. This is Quarantine Kitchen with Beth and Chuck. He's over. He's coming. Oh, tongs. Okay, so we're actually trying to do this kind of, real time. We're actually gonna eat this like right away after we make it. So we're kind of under the gun here. So what we're making, we're in charge of a side. We're making absurdly addictive asparagus today. So here's what's in it. We've got 4 ounces of pancetta right there. We've got 2 tablespoons or 2 cloves of minced garlic. That's supposed to be 1.5 cups of leeks, but apparently my leek wasn't big enough. So that's what we have. We have 1 pound of asparagus or asparagus.
Sparkle.
And it's supposed to be cut on the bias, but close enough. Hey, tablespoon, of butter, teaspoon of orange zest of 1 entire lemon, and roasted, toasted pine nuts, which I've already toasted those, so you don't have to watch a painfully long portion of me toasting pine nuts. All right, so our first step, we put the pancetta in here, and
Excuse me while I come through with my meat.
oh, he's baking his meat. He's gonna finish off his meat there. All right, we got some pancetta going here. This just needs to cook for a bit. We don't put any oil in the pan or anything like that. Okay, so the pancetta is to be light and crisp, golden. So we're almost there. And interesting thing about this pancetta is when I went to the store, went to the deli looking for the pancetta, and I couldn't find any. And the guy's like, "Oh, what are you looking for? Can I help you find something?" And I said, "Yeah, I need some pancetta." And he goes, "Oh my gosh, I have some cut pancetta back here in a bag. It's all ready for you. How much do you need?" And I'm like, "I need like 1/4 pound." And he said, "Well, this is 1/2 pound. Will that do?" And I said, "You betcha it will." So it was like it was fate for this recipe. All right, so once you get your pancetta all nice and crispy, we need to add in the tablespoon of butter. Actually, I'm gonna let this crisp up 1 more second. I feel I should be doing some witty repartee right now, but nothing's coming to me, so I will just crisp this up. Hope you guys aren't all getting super bored by my crisping skills with pancetta. And by the way, I chose this recipe because it had asparagus in it, and asparagus is very much in season right now. So I was hoping I'd get some really nice looking asparagus at the store, but alas, with quarantine going on, it's not the best asparagus I've ever seen. So you take what you get. That's part of Quarantine Kitchen. All right, so I threw the butter in there, and we're gonna let that melt up. And then we need to add the asparagus. So here comes the asparagus. And I need to throw the leek in there. Goes the leek. We use the white and the green parts, but not all the way up to the leaf, obviously. And we're gonna mix that in really good. Get a lot of that nice butter and crispy pancetta juices on it. Get our leeks to start coming apart a little bit because no one wants a giant disc of leek in their mouth. And we're gonna let that do for a couple of minutes and then throw in the rest of the stuff. So we've got some nice sauteing action going on here. You guys can see it's looking really good. See, the leeks are kind of softening up. And you know, you can keep going on this for, they recommend 3 to 4 minutes. But if you like your asparagus not quite as crisp, maybe a little bit more tender, then you know, you can add another couple minutes on. No problem. All right, next we're putting in the orange zest and the lemon zest. And then we're putting in the garlic. And the toasted pine nuts. And then we cook that up for about a minute. And then it's going to be done. So, as you can see, this recipe is actually pretty simple. There's kind of a lot of like, you know, zesting and cutting and stuff like that, which takes a little bit of time. But as far as actual cooking and putting it together is pretty quick. So we have never actually had this recipe before, so hopefully it actually tastes good. So I'll have to maybe tell you that like later. And also there's supposed to be a tablespoon of Italian parsley in this, but I don't like to buy a whole entire thing of parsley and only use a tablespoon of it, so I didn't buy any. Plus they probably wouldn't have had any at the store because, you know, quarantine shopping. All right, well, looks like we're about done here. So we are gonna sign off and dig in. Hope you guys all enjoyed this very short, nice little fun video. And if you like this video, click like and subscribe, and then mash the whatever other button. The bell, mash the bell, and let us know that you appreciate our videos and our time spent on these.
Patreon.
Oh, and if things go well, we'll start a Patreon page, and we'll have exclusive videos and content just for people who subscribe to Patreon. So.